Johnny Middlebrooks is a name that fans of Love Island USA will never forget. His arrival was like a storm. His journey was marked by both romance and controversy, and his exit left behind memories and debates that still linger. Every step he took in the villa revealed charisma, confidence, and intensity that made him stand out. Viewers adored him, criticized him, and couldn't look away from him. But who really is Jonny? His story is more than a few weeks in a villa. It's about his personal struggles. Love, mistakes, redemption, and reinvention beyond the cameras. When Jonny first entered the villa, he instantly became the center of attention. His tall frame, striking looks, natural energy, and playful charm drew people in. He wasn't just another contestant, he had presence. And soon the audience saw him connect with Kelly Vasquez. From the moment their eyes met, sparks flew. Their chemistry was undeniable, their laughter contagious, their bond magnetic. Very quickly, Jonny and Sally became fan favorites, the couple that viewers wanted to root for, the couple who seemed to embody the perfect Love Island romance. But Love Island is never only about fairy tale love. It is built on twists, temptations, and tests of loyalty. Casa Amor was the turning point, the storm that shifted Jonny's trajectory. Surrounded by new faces and new temptations, Jonny found himself in moments that would change everything. His closeness with Mercedes in Casa Amor, caught on camera, shocked viewers. The audience who had placed him on a pedestal suddenly felt betrayed. To them, Jonny wasn't supposed to stumble like this. Returning to the villa, Jonny knew he couldn't hide the truth. Facing Telly would be one of the hardest moments of his journey. His body language told the story. Hesitation in his steps, guilt in his eyes, and the weight of confession in his voice. He admitted to his mistakes. He said what many men find hard to say. I messed up. I don't want to lose you. The scene was raw and vulnerable, a man trying to repair what he had broken. Sally, holding back tears, asked the question every viewer wanted answered. How could you do this to me? Jonny's reply was simple, but heavy with regret. I made a mistake. You're the only one I want. That moment was tense, heartbreaking, and unforgettable. For some, it was proof that Jonny was just another smooth talker. For others, it showed he had the courage to own his mistakes and fight for forgiveness. The couple carried on. Jonny and Sally didn't collapse. They endured. Their chemistry was still visible. Their laughter returned. Their late-night conversations still carried sparks. But trust, once cracked, is never quite the same. To fans, Jonny was no longer the flawless romantic hero. He became something more complicated, a man capable of love, but also capable of hurting the one he loved most. As the season drew to a close, Jonny and Sally reached the final. They became the runner-up couple, falling just short of victory. But in many ways, their story overshadowed the winners. Fans tuned in not just for the competition, but for the roller coaster of emotions that Jonny and Sally had created. They were the storyline, they were the drama, they were the couple who kept people talking. Outside the villa, life was different. The cameras were gone, the environment had changed, and reality set in. For a while, Jonny and Sally continued their relationship, giving fans hope that their love was more than just a showmance. They posted together, smiled together, and tried to make it work. But eventually, the distance, the pressures, and the differences became too much. Their relationship ended, leaving fans once again divided. Some sad, some unsurprised, some still rooting for them despite the breakup. Jonny, however, was not finished with reality TV. He returned in Love Island Games, a new format that tested not just romance, but also competition, endurance, and strategy. This was a different Jonny. Older, more seasoned, sharper. He entered not just as a lover, but as a competitor hungry to win. He threw himself into challenges, used his charm strategically, and made his presence known once again. Fans debated every move. Was he genuine? Was he playing the game? Or was he simply being Jonny, the man who thrives in the spotlight and isn't afraid to stir reactions? He made it all the way to the final again. Twice now, Jonny had proven that he wasn't just a temporary face on reality TV. He had staying power. He had the rare quality of drawing people in, even if they disagreed with him. People might boo, people might cheer, but people always paid attention. And in the world of reality television, that is the ultimate power. Jonny Middlebrook's story is one of complexity. He's not the perfect hero, nor the complete villain. He lives in the gray area, where flaws meet resilience, where mistakes collide with redemption. He has been celebrated, hated, forgiven, and questioned. And yet through it all, he has remained real. For fans, his journey with Keely is unforgettable. Their love story had joy, passion, betrayal, heartbreak, and reconciliation. It mirrored real relationships in its highs and lows. That is why fans connected to them so deeply, because it felt authentic. Even when things fell apart, the emotions were genuine. Jonny's name will forever be tied to the most talked about moments of Love Island USA. He became the center of debates on loyalty, trust, and forgiveness. He became the guy people referenced when discussing whether second chances are worth it. He became the contestant who proved that love on reality TV can be messy, but also profoundly human. Outside the show, Jonny embraced the role of influencer. His Instagram presence, his fashion, his fitness posts, and his motivational captions gave fans another layer of connection. He showed pieces of his life beyond the villa, working out, traveling, speaking openly about growth and moving forward. For some, it was proof that he had matured. For others, it was just Jonny doing what Jonny does best, commanding attention. What makes Jonny stand out is not that he is flawless, but that he is transparent in his imperfection. He knows people criticize him. He knows many don't forgive him for Casa Amor, but he doesn't run from it. He leans into it, addresses it, and keeps moving forward. That resilience, that unapologetic willingness to own his story, is what keeps him in the spotlight. Jonny teaches a broader lesson too, that people are complex, that relationships are fragile, that forgiveness is powerful but not easy, and that growth is possible even when mistakes are made in front of millions of people. His journey resonates because it is human, messy, dramatic, painful, and hopeful all at once. He may not have left the villa as a champion, but in many ways, he became something bigger. A symbol of how reality TV exposes our deepest flaws while also showing our capacity to change. Fans may never fully agree on Jonny. Some will always see him as the charmer who hurt Selly. Others will see him as the fighter who owned his mistakes. But all will remember him, and that is the mark of true impact. Jonny Middlebrooks remains a character that reality television thrives on. He is unpredictable, emotional, confident, vulnerable, flawed, and magnetic. Whether loved or hated, he cannot be ignored. And that is why his name will always be etched in the legacy of Love Island USA. His story continues, beyond the villa, beyond the headlines, beyond the criticism. He still dreams, still works, still grows. And maybe that is the real Jonny. Not the man defined only by mistakes or romance, but the man who refuses to stop learning, loving, and living.